Right now, the severe weather continues for the coast. How Florida is preparing for another major storm.
And winds have turned around to the northwest as you wake up this morning. I'll break down how strong they'll get today and whether they'll continue to the start of the new week.
Good morning and thanks for joining us on Weekend Mornings. I'm Shane Hogan. Before we get to news this morning, let's take a look outside with Greg. What's it looking like for the day today, Greg?
Well, we're still going to start off with the same conditions that we had yesterday. A lot of areas see low clouds, drizzle, but we're starting to see more clearing out west, and the noticeable difference will be in the wind that has turned around from the northwest, and that'll start increasing. So that's the one thing. Temperatures right now still mid-50s, similar to what we had yesterday, but the winds are starting to pick up. You can see gusts starting to get up 16 in Monroe, but overall, this will be the trend for today as the winds do pick up, which will help to kind of dry things out a little bit. We still have a few showers up there. You can kind of see if we zoom in, not much overall going on, but there's a few showers that will continue through this morning, mainly north and east of La Crosse and Madison, and then this afternoon we'll see more of that too. Today's highs more mid-upper 60s, almost 70 in La Crosse and to the west. A little bit more sun will help. The real cool air has not quite gotten here today. You'll see that more tomorrow really than you'll see it today. So overall, the big picture right now, showers today, mainly northeast, windy, and then the cool temperatures, which we should be upper 60, mid-40s, will continue pretty much the whole week there, Shane.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. We'll check back in with you in just a bit. In eastern Canada, more than 500,000 people were left without power after Fiona landed as a powerful post-tropical cyclone yesterday. It's the same storm that hit Puerto Rico a week ago, and as Bradley Blackburn reports, Florida is preparing for the threat of another gathering storm.
When it slammed into Canada Saturday, Fiona was no longer a hurricane, but it still packed a punch. Storm surge swept homes into the sea and forced many families to evacuate.
There are hundreds of people displaced right now. So the first step that's occurring is emergency shelter for those residents who are without a home.
The storm washed out roads and toppled trees and power lines, leaving 80% of residents in Nova Scotia without electricity.
There are live wires on some of these poles. We do not need people out just cruising around the streets.
In the Caribbean, recovery is still underway after Fiona struck last week. A team of 75 state troopers from New Jersey headed to Puerto Rico Saturday to assist with relief efforts. More than half of the island is still without power. And now Tropical Storm Ian is gathering strength with Florida in its sights next week. Already, people are stocking up on bottled water, lining up for gas, and filling up sandbags.
Hoping that it doesn't happen, but I've been through several. So just trying to get prepared ahead of time.
The National Hurricane Center says Ian could strengthen into a major hurricane, threatening western Florida and the Panhandle by the middle of next week. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has expanded a state of emergency to cover the entire state. He has also activated the Florida National Guard. Douglas Jensen, a January 6th rioter, has been found guilty on 7 charges related to the insurrection. Jensen was caught on security footage chasing Capitol Police Officer Eugene Goodman near the Senate chamber on January 6th. Prosecutors say he was among the first 10 rioters to enter the Capitol that day. Jensen's defense attorney says he believes his client got too involved with QAnon.
Well, we had a very conscientious jury. And for that, we're thankful for. We're respectful of the jury verdict, no question about that. It was a sad case. A lot of these cases are sad, but particularly Mr. Jensen's case. In my personal opinion, I think Mr. Jensen had a lot of issues. He had a lot of problems back when all this occurred. And it's just sad.
5 of the felonies Jensen was convicted of can carry sentences of up to 20 years. Jensen will be back in court for sentencing on December 16th. A planned Tuesday launch attempt for the Artemis 1 rocket will not happen due to that tropical storm in Florida. NASA made the announcement yesterday telling its crews to stand down at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. A forecast released by U.S. Space Force had put weather conditions brewing in the Caribbean at only 20% favorable for the launch. A decision on whether to roll back the Space Launch System rocket and Orion spacecraft off the launch pad to the vehicle assembly building has still not yet been made. Tuesday would have been the 3rd launch attempt of the rocket. NASA says it will continue to monitor conditions before making the call to schedule another launch. Russian President Vladimir Putin is toughening the penalties for any citizens who refuse to fight in its war with Ukraine. Putin signed several amendments to the country's criminal code. Under the amendments, crimes such as refusing to follow the orders of a senior officer during wartime, during an armed conflict or combat operations, or the refusal to participate in military or combat operations during those times may result in jail terms of up to 10 years. And Russia continues to press ahead with other referendums in 4 occupied territories. But the effort has been condoned in the West and seen as a sham. CBS's Deborah Pata is in Kyiv.
Election officials comb the streets, urging residents to come outside and vote. Nobody responds. Others resort to traipsing up flights of stairs, knocking on doors to find voters, ballot papers in hand, armed soldiers by their side. This is democracy Russian style. Russian news outlets were keen to show enthusiastic voters, but the referendums take place in the ruins of cities that have been pounded by Vladimir Putin's forces. Ivan Fedorov, the exiled mayor of now occupied Melitopol, told us that many residents of these territories fled before the Kremlin seized control.
It's impossible to make referendum. Nobody wants to collaborate.
There are fears Putin could use this as a pretext to escalate the conflict, claiming an assault on newly annexed territories is an attack on Russia. With losses on the battlefield mounting, Putin's now calling up military reservists. It's not gone down well back home, with widespread anti-war protests leading to hundreds of arrests in a country that does not tolerate dissent. There's been a panicked exodus of Russians trying to escape conscription. Flights out of the country are booked solid. Traffic at border exits has been backed up as young men try to dodge the draft, like 27-year-old Nikita.
It's just insane, like all my friends in danger, so I immediately decided to come back in Turkey, and it's crazy. I'm just for freedom. Russia from Putin, for democracy Russia. It's crazy. And it's crazy so many.
In the far east of Russia, another long line, new conscripts boarding military planes. Many of these soldiers have never fought in a war, let alone one that already has hardened Russian fighters on the run.
The referendums are seen by the White House as a sign of weakness. Putin's war is not going well. Russia estimates they've lost nearly 6,000 soldiers. The U.S. puts the total of dead and wounded men closer to 80,000. Deborah Pata, CBS News, Kyiv, Ukraine.
To Arizona now, and a major victory for police in Phoenix. Detectives this week made the biggest opioid seizure of its kind in city history. More than 1 million fentanyl pills destined for the streets were found. It's a nationwide crisis. CBS's Danya Bacchus has more.
The fight against the nation's opioid crisis is on full display. Phoenix police nabbing more than 1 million fentanyl pills, the biggest seizure of its kind in the department's history. In Colorado, a driver hauling 90,000 fentanyl pills and more than 2 pounds of fentanyl powder was stopped near the Utah state line. Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid 50 times more potent than heroin, and deadly overdoses are rising at an alarming rate. More than 107,000 Americans died from overdoses in 2021, 2/3 of them related to fentanyl. Here in Los Angeles, 7 LA Unified School District students overdosed in just 1 month. 15-year-old Melanie Ramos died.
We absolutely need to do better. We should not be here today mourning the loss of a student.
In response to the overdoses, all K-12 LA Unified schools will soon be stocked with the overdose antidote, naloxone. Danya Bacchus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
According to the Department of Health Services of Wisconsin, fentanyl overdoses deaths in Wisconsin grew by 97% from 2019 to 2021. Still ahead this morning, the midterm elections are fast approaching. How Wisconsin candidates are vying for support. And you're taking a live look outside over the Capitol. Sun's starting to come up. Greg is back with the full forecast after this.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
Hey, we're here at the local farmers market where Informed Choice Insurance Agency is offering fresh local Medicare. Hey, Joe, are you behind this whole check your zip code deal on national TV for extra Medicare benefits?
I don't know. Check your zip code.
Why would I check my zip code?
Because you're in it.
So we get a lot of calls about that guy. It's sad because your local Medicare plans already have those bells and whistles Joe promises.
Don't be fooled by national TV hype. When it comes to your Medicare options, keep it local with Informed Choice Insurance Agency, and their services are free.
Follow the fall colors to the Oakwood Fruit Farm just east of Richland Center. Over 20 varieties of your favorite apples to choose from. We grow and handpick the very best for you. Your family will love our delicious treats. Fresh apple cider, caramel apples, homemade pastries, including our legendary apple cider donuts. You'll want to make Oakwood Fruit Farm part of your fall traditions. Come to the Oakwood Fruit Farm. Visit oakwoodfruitfarm.com. Join us for our Customer Appreciation Open House October 1st and 2nd.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Get a $500 cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter turbo engine. Plus, now during truck season, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward a new Chevy truck with accessories. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual. Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
Yeah, we mentioned, Shane mentioned about the hurricane. Well, eventually going to be Hurricane Ian. This is right now located to the south. It's kind of disorganized. It's not as much as it looked yesterday, but we're going to see some rapid development here as it goes further north. Right now, only 50 miles per hour is a tropical storm. But as you see the track right now, up to Wednesday, it's going to be Cat 4. Once it gets up to a major hurricane, and then once it gets closer to Florida, it kind of weakens a little, at least the forecast right now, and then the spread in the track goes from almost Tampa all the way up to Pensacola too. So right now, and how that will actually impact our weather, or at least impact the pattern, yet to be seen beyond this point. So overall, we've got the cold front that's pushed farther south, we've got the wraparound, we've still got some moisture still coming out, and we've got a few more waves to come across through here, rotating through today, that'll provide some opportunity for some more showers, but most areas will start to dry out today. Overall, right now, you can see the showers coming down towards Madison. There's a few up to the northeast. Overall, as you get closer to the Mississippi River on the other side, it's still fairly dry right now, but the winds have picked up. So you see future track shows these showers actually developing this afternoon, mainly in northeast Wisconsin, but creeping down to like the Dells to Madison area. That'll be this afternoon. We'll see additional stuff maybe this evening, but then areas to the west and southwest will start seeing more sun today. A little bit, and that'll allow the temperatures to climb up because the colder air really hasn't arrived. But you'll notice also the wind too. That northwest wind will keep going today and through tomorrow too, once again, with still some cloud cover tomorrow, but not shower activity. And then we got another weak wave coming down towards Tuesday morning, but once again, that's not going to be a big deal. The wind's really of the whole thing. So overall temperatures, here you can see the rain shower, basically the rain showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm up to the north that progresses southeastward. We still keep the northwest winds. Could get up to mere 69, 70 in La Crosse, more probably mid-60s further south. Once again, if you get more sun, we might peak out. Tomorrow, the cool air really begins to arrive after we we dip down into mainly the 40s for a lot of areas. Tomorrow it'll be much colder. We'll probably be in the upper 50s to around 60, with the wind still cranking up at about 15 to 25 for most areas, with some lingering cloud cover over the area, but still it's going to be quite chilly yet still tomorrow. Wind guys, you can see the gusts for the winds for all the way through today and tomorrow. Pretty strong. Gusts in the 30s are likely for many areas. Then we'll finally see them drop back as we get closer to Tuesday and Wednesday. And then pattern-wise, we don't know. We might moderate. We should moderate towards the end of the week, but how much we get is going to be yet to be seen. As you'll see, the 10-day right now, La Crosse, looking at 58 degrees there with a frost potential, and the same goes for Madison. Chilly, moderating temps, and maybe frost Wednesday morning. We'll see.
I'm ready for fall. I'm glad it's fall, but let's pump the brakes a little. We don't need it to go from summer to winter in 2 weeks.
Okay, we got pattern change probably going to come in October. You know, we'll hit. We're not done with the 70s yet, and maybe not 80.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
We still have time.
I'm going to hold you to that. All right. Thanks, Greg. Well, as the midterm elections near, the major candidates for Wisconsin's top offices continue to hit the campaign trail. They are trying to gain as much support from those who still may be undecided just a few weeks away from Election Day. Frank Healy has more from Milwaukee.
In the morning, Democrats met in Milwaukee at the Washington Park Senior Center. Mandela Barnes spoke about supporting union work and protecting elections. He defended himself from claims made by ads from Ron Johnson that he wants to defund police, saying he wants them to have the money and training that they need. Barnes voiced his opposition to the cash bail system, saying Johnson is misrepresenting his views.
He is misrepresenting the issue. He's mischaracterizing an issue that Democrats and Republicans have come together to support all across this country. And again, the commercials they are running are disgusting.
At the Wisconsin 1st District Republican Fall Fest, Senator Johnson spoke about wanting better border security and stopping inflation and drug overdoses. He defended what his ads say about Barnes and denied accusations that he wants to defund Social Security.
What elected official would ever say that? I certainly wouldn't. I don't want to do it. I want to save Social Security. What I'm trying to point out is the greatest threat to any government program is our massive out-of-control deficits.
Back at the Wisconsin Senior Center, Tony Evers says he's hoping supporting a woman's right to choose will be a motivating factor for undecided voters he says will be attracted to his Wisconsin-focused platforms.
Education, infrastructure, fixing the roads, those type of things that supersede Democratic and Republican world.
Michael spoke in Racine County as well. Abortion was not something he brought up. Instead, he advocated for statewide school choice legislation, criticized critical race theory and Evers for not working with the legislature, and early prison release programs.
He made a pledge that he was going to cut in half the prison population. Unfortunately, he's well on his way to doing it. He has released 900 convicted felons.
Frank Healy, CBS 58 News.
Election Day is Tuesday, November 8th. It's coming up. For more in-depth election coverage, you can head over to channel3000.com. All right, we've got much more coming up here on Weekend Morning. Stay with us. Greg will be back with another check on the weather as well.
Join me in the 608 weekdays on News 3 Now this morning.
When a clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. Yeah! And that's why they all start dancing. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes, I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member. Oh yes, certainly. You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
It changes your entire world. I know because I was a victim myself. So to think there are people like Senator Ron Johnson in Washington who'd make it harder. Ron Johnson supported the Supreme Court's decision outlawing abortion in Wisconsin, even for victims of rape and incest, allowing doctors and nurses to be prosecuted. When I think about other victims and what they're going to have to go through because of Ron Johnson, he doesn't share our values. S&P is responsible for the content of this ad.
The house before you, over 30 years old, still has its original window. It's bone chilling.
There's no need to be afraid of old windows. Just call Feldco for 50% off.
It's the biggest sale of the season. 50% off Feldco windows, plus no interest until 2024.
50% off windows ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know it needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. The Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy providers are working together to help keep your heat and power on. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here.
When our clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. Yeah! And that's why they all start dancing. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, we still have some showers out there, light rain, drizzle, some cloud cover, but some areas are starting to scatter out. You look at radar, there's few showers out there, still the drizzle, similar to yesterday for many of the areas, but overall, we're not going to, as you get further west, La Crosse to Rochester actually have scattered out too. So right now it's overall. So you look at future track, most of the showers is really from Camp Douglas down to Madison eastward for this morning, and then overall for tonight, this afternoon, it'll be kind of the same area. So as you see for plan today, we could get up to 70, more sun in La Crosse, less cloud cover. The showers probably will stay to the east of La Crosse area for this afternoon. For as Madison, we're looking at more of a mid to upper 60s with a shower chance, but decreasing clouds as we get towards the afternoon. Once again, both locations will see the winds pick up this afternoon. And then other than that, frost conditions potential with a modification, maybe the temperatures maybe get close to average.
All right, Greg, we'll keep an eye on that. Thank you very much. Well, some of us would love to leave fall cleanup behind and never look back, but it doesn't have to be so backbreaking and time-consuming. Experts with Consumer Reports share 3 of their top tips to help you clear the leaves and fall back in time this autumn.
When fall comes around, we definitely do dread the cleanup. It becomes a weekly task.
To keep on top of the fall leaves, Cynthia Welker enlists the help of her 2 boys.
It's almost like a bribe.
Consumer Reports' Paul Hope has 3 leaf removal tips to keep your fall cleanup in check. Coming in at number 1, an obvious but often overlooked tip: avoid breezy days.
Lots of people use weather apps to check things like temperature and whether there's rain in the forecast, but it's also a good idea to look for wind gusts before you start sweeping leaves.
Tip number 2, use a tarp to get those leaf piles from one spot to another faster. After you've gotten the bulk of your leaves out of the way, take a tip from CR and Cynthia and shred.
I have my tractor that we use, and that picks up all of the leaves, and it makes life 1,000 times easier.
Mulching your leaves actually solves 3 problems. For starters, it's a great way to use up the leftover gas in your mower's tank before winter storage, but it also helps get rid of your leaves and feeds your lawn.
When you shred your leaves with a mower, they turn into a nutrient-rich compost for your lawn. If you want to save even more time and effort, give your rake a break and consider a leaf blower. This Toro clears leaves at an impressive speed, and because it's battery-powered, it's quieter. If you don't mind being tethered to a cord, this electric blower, also from Toro, costs less than $100 and performs nearly as well as the battery-powered model. It's pretty noisy, though, so you'll need to wear hearing protection. This is Teresa Panetta.
Consumer Reports says you can also use your mower's bag attachment when you mulch your leaves and then use those clippings as bedding around your shrubs. Great tips there. Just be sure to clear away the whole leaves underneath first. Those days are coming soon, so get ready for cleaning up the leaves. All right, when we get back this morning, addressing vaccine hesitancy, how one local group is helping people get vaccinated against COVID.
The Volkswagen Taos, German engineering everyone can get into. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today to learn more about the 2022 Taos starting at $23,495. Limited inventory available.
At a company, the culture comes from the top. Tim Michaels' company has been sued numerous times over sexual assault and harassment in the workplace. Women who worked for Michaels' company said they were groped, assaulted, and pressured to have sex with their bosses. Higher-ups at Michaels dismissed the women as liars and even fired those who spoke out. Is that what we need for Wisconsin? Tim Michaels, too radical, too divisive.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
With employee pricing at Denver Mattress, you pay what we pay. Backed by popular demand, our employee discount is available to everyone for a limited time. Get 15% off any single Denver Mattress brand product when you spend $9.99 or more. And with our 365-night better sleep guarantee, you'll rest easy knowing you're getting the right mattress. Plus 4 years, no interest, and free shipping. Hurry! Employee pricing at Denver Mattress ends soon. It's a lovely day to...
Cars built with safety in mind, even for those guys. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today to learn more about the spacious 2022 Atlas. Limited inventory available.
Coats for Kids needs kid-sized winter coats.
Thousands of them, to make sure every child in our area stays warm this winter.
Please help us reach our goal. Donate gently used kid-sized winter coats at any Clinky Cleaners.
They'll be cleaned and sent to the Community Action Coalition for distribution.
Don't have a kid's coat to give? Go to Channel 3000 and use the Amazon wish list to donate.
Track our progress on News 3 Now and Magic 98. Then donate to Coats for Kids.
Right now, thousands of dollars in damage, but we know about a structure fire in the town of Burke.
And areas of low cloud with light drizzle or rain remain over the area. As you step outside, I'll let you know if we dry out or we have additional rain chances later today.
Good morning and thanks for joining us on Weekend Mornings on this Sunday morning. I'm Shane Hogan. Before we get to news this morning, let's get a check outside with Greg. It's going to be windy, kind of rainy and cold again today, Greg, right?
For a few areas. Actually, some of the areas you'll see more sun, but really the wind will be the main thing for everyone right now. We have a few showers going on to the north that kind of continued the wrap around the system as pushed east, but overall, most areas are just seeing low clouds with areas of drizzle. Really. You see rainfall amounts, not much we've seen. Future track shows the radar there, and there's future track shows these showers basically from Back River Falls down to Madison this morning, but then we'll see more development this afternoon. But areas to the southwest, La Crosse and that, probably won't see much of anything today other than some clouds and that. Here's an indication they actually have cleared out at Platteville. You see some cloud cover, so that's kind of what we're going to see today. But the winds, obviously, for everyone will be the main stuff. Right now, 57 degrees, still cloudy. We're starting to see breaks already in Madison, dew point 55. The wind has turned around. Same thing in La Crosse, of what to expect. We're going to get up to about 61 by 1 p.m. with cloud cover, but more sun today, and the winds will start hitting it. La Crosse, 58 degrees, cloud cover. Winds are up at 13 right now, and that's going to be the story. They'll see, once again, more sun. Temperatures climb up to the mid to upper 60s, and once again, wind too be the big story. So things to remember, literally last day of the wet conditions for probably a while, windy conditions through Tuesday, and then cool conditions through this week with temperatures maybe in the upper 50s for Tuesday, which will be like about mid to late October high temperatures.
All right, Greg, thanks very much. An investigation continues this morning following a commercial structure fire in the town of Burke. Sun Prairie Fire and Rescue teams responded to a report of the fire Saturday afternoon. This happened in the 4600 block of Dovetail Drive, where smoke was seen coming from the front of the building and fire at the back. The on-duty commander requested mutual aid from the city of Madison, and once those teams arrived, they were able to control the fire within 9 minutes. After the fire was controlled, several birds that were in cages were found dead after succumbing to the smoke. Initial damage reports estimates a total of about $100,000 of damage into the building. No one was injured. Though you may be seeing less people wearing masks and large events returning, the fight against COVID hasn't stopped. Getting access to the vaccine has been different for all people of all ethnic and racial backgrounds. A vaccine clinic in Madison this weekend aimed to help one group reduce vaccine hesitancy. Our Catherine Merck has more from the Latino Academy of Workforce Development's clinic.
It's important that people continue with the vaccination.
2 years into the pandemic, some members of Wadeli Perona's community are still hesitant to get their shot.
Latino community, they need to increase the vaccination for COVID, and I try like a Latina to reach this group of my community.
The Kaiser Family Foundation says many Hispanic adults face additional barriers while trying to get vaccinated. That could include lack of health insurance or a usual source of care, lack of information about the vaccine being cost-free, and logistical barriers such as limited transportation.
It's really great that the people can have the clinics in the community because it's close to them. And it's very convenient because they don't need to drive to another places, and they can receive the vaccine here in the community.
Wadeli Perona is trying to be just one additional way to help expand the access.
They can trust in me because I'm Latina. I speak Spanish, the same language, and they can help to explain them what is going on with the vaccine and everything.
2 years into the pandemic, it's her way of getting people to say this without any doubt.
Don't scare about the vaccine.
Reporting in Madison, I'm Catherine Merck with News 3 Now.
Dr. Perona is with the Coalition of Wisconsin Aging and Health Groups. The group works with local churches and Hispanic community organizations to help increase turnout at COVID-19 vaccine clinics by dispelling misinformation and reducing vaccine hesitancy. Pro-choice and pro-life demonstrators sounded off at the Capitol this weekend. Pro-Life Wisconsin hosted its second annual March for Life at the Capitol steps, celebrating the end of Roe v. Wade. Counter-demonstrators with the Madison Abortion and Reproductive Rights Coalition for Health were also at the Capitol, supporting a woman's right to choose.
We're showing up for Wisconsinites because this is, a huge issue. It's taking away women's rights to their own bodily autonomy, and I'm not okay with that.
This comes as gubernatorial candidate Tim Michels switched his stance on abortion laws, saying he would be open to allowing exceptions to the state's abortion ban in the cases of rape or incest. A judge has sentenced a North Fond du Lac man to 25 years in prison for allegedly setting multiple fires and having child pornography on his phone. 45-year-old Michael Miller was sentenced on 2 counts of arson, 5 counts of child pornography, and 5 other charges, all felonies. Miller pleaded no contest to the slew of charges and had more than a dozen other charges dropped as part of a plea deal. After serving his sentence, Miller will spend another 25 years on extended supervision. An international nonprofit has teamed up with a local church to help bring safe drinking water to families in Africa. Walk for Water is put on by Hope for Kids International. It teamed up with McFarland Lutheran Church for a walk Saturday morning, with proceeds going to provide clean and safe drinking water to a remote village in Uganda. Participants walked 3 miles beginning at McDaniel Park and continued on the boardwalk along the shore of Lake Wabisa. Why 3 miles? Well, that's the average distance traveled each day by Ugandan children and women to collect water, largely from unprotected sources like ponds and polluted ditches.
Water is such a basic right that it's something we take so for granted in the United States. Every time I take a shower or turn on the tap water now, I think, okay, don't waste water, because these people don't have it and now they are getting it.
Ahead of the event, the church had already reached its fundraising goal of $12,000 that aims to try to fund 2 water wells with that money. Every fall, New Glarus hosts one of the premier Oktoberfests in the region. The celebration brings in people from all over, featuring beer, music, and much more. Our Andrew Banstra was there.
October came early in New Glarus this year. It's still September, but Oktoberfest is alive and well. Oktoberfest is a German tradition. It originally comes from the celebration of a wedding from the early 1800s.
A very long tradition that was based on Ludwig I's wedding when he married Teresa, and it's the Theresa-Weisen in Germany. And it has been an ongoing tradition in Germany and has spawned itself across the world ever since.
When people think of an Oktoberfest, they think beer. And don't get me wrong, there was a lot of beer in New Glarus today, but there's also a lot more to it.
Well, you've got the music, of course, German heritage, the food. In this area right here in New Glarus, what we got today, we have all kinds of German food represented. That's just in Swiss food, really wonderful. So you've got this strong sense of heritage that goes along with it, just, in addition to the beer. But hey, there's nothing wrong with beer.
People come from far and wide for the 4-day event. Sure, they come for the spotted cow, but Oktoberfest in New Glarus, there's just something special about it.
The whole feeling of the buildings, the architecture, and everything else. The Swiss Miss cows that are wandering around next, just outside of town. It's great, just great.
For many at Oktoberfest, simply having fun and being around others was more than enough for them.
Last couple of years have been pretty rough, and just seeing people having a good time right now is really heartwarming.
Prost! So whether you're looking for good beer, good food, or good times, get down to Oktoberfest in New Glarus. It goes through Sunday. Don't miss out on one of the best in the region.
That's right. That was Andrew Banstra reporting there. And again, you can still make it to Oktoberfest, like you just said, runs through tonight and has free admission. From New Glarus to Sun Prairie, beer was on the minds of a lot of people across southern Wisconsin. Sun Prairie hosted its 6th annual Fall Beer Taste. Put on by the downtown's Business Improvement District, more than 20 businesses were pouring 3-ounce samples of 2 flavors of Oktoberfest and fall-style ales. Sad I missed it. Besides sampling the brews, the event gets people out to explore the local shops throughout down Sun Prairie that they might otherwise have not shopped at before.
And the goal is to get people exploring local businesses, trying different beers, and just interacting with local business owners and staff.
Looks like a great time indeed. While still ahead, the Oktoberfest theme continues on our show because it returns to lacrosse this week. The new Mrs. O is finally crowned, and you're taking a live look over the Capitol this morning. Maybe, perhaps, maybe not. Well, we got the weather coming up too. There it is. It's a little cloudy. Greg's back with the forecast after this.
Don't miss A1 Furniture's 4-day flash sale this Thursday through Sunday only. Get 19% off everything in the store. Sofas from $3.99, sectionals from $5.99. Plus, get 1 year free financing.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
Would you look at that?
It's beautiful. Wow. That's our boy.
So bright.
Start your morning with a sausage biscuit or sausage McMuffin and pair it with a $1 any size Coke.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes. I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes. Certainly. We got some brand new woohoo!
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
Fry Construction wants to thank you for once again voting us Best of Madison 3 years running with 27% off gutters or insulation. Your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best of Madison 3 years in a row. Experience the Best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Save 27% off gutters or insulation with any full roof replacement project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
This is such a wonderful moment. I don't mean to get in the middle of it.
But you are in the middle.
Because you're in Illinois. You're in the middle of everything. wedding, and you're getting married.
Illinois, the middle of everything.
I received a call that my granddaughter had been hit. She suffered a serious brain injury and nearly died. The driver should have been in jail. Mandela Barnes supports no cash bail that puts criminals like Daryl Brooks back on the streets. He's more worried about criminals than victims. Mandela Barnes doesn't have the judgment to keep our communities safe.
Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm going to earn 3% on dining, including takeout with Chase Freedom Unlimited. That's a lot of cash back. Are you going to stop me? Oh, I'm almost there. Too late. Boom. Earn big time with Chase Freedom Unlimited with no annual fee. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
So, what do you think?
We're prepared to offer cash.
When you get great deals at Denny's,
$5.99.
you'll start to expect great deals everywhere. New all-day diner deals starting at $5.99. 10 delicious meals, only at Denny's.
Don't miss A1 Furniture's 4-day flash sale this Thursday through Sunday only. Get 19% off all mattresses store-wide. Queen mattresses just $2.99. Mattress and adjustable base both for only $7.99. Plus, get 1 year free financing.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
Yeah, basically, look outside right now. We're looking at mid-50-degree temperatures and 60 degrees at Lone Rock right now. So overall, it's not bad. It's actually kind of mild right now, but the winds have turned around to the northwest. Right now, we're looking at highs to be in the upper 60s to near 70, where we have a little bit more sun today. Further northeast to like the Dells up in that area. More cloud cover, more shower activity this afternoon. Right now, we just have a few showers out there. Nothing really in the radar. If you go further northeast, we just have some light rain, some drizzle. Future track shows at least this first beginning wave to be more to the east, northeast of us, but we'll see more of that this afternoon for most of the area. Besides the La Crosse area, you'll probably not miss it. Overall, plan your day, we're looking at 70 degrees, and then the same thing for Madison, more mid-60s with more sun this afternoon.
All right, Greg, thank you. The Hmong community in La Crosse gathered to celebrate Hmong New Year on Saturday. The two-day event is the Hmong community's first celebration of Hmong New Year since the start of the pandemic. The festival has live music, dance, and lots of traditional food. Another important aspect of the celebration is the vibrant cultural clothing.
It's just an event that we enjoy every year. Again, you know, I've been collecting my outfits for the last couple of years, not able to wear it, but everybody does want to come out and enjoy it, wear their beautiful outfits that they have.
The New Year celebration is a two-day event, again, continuing this morning. Everyone invited to celebrate in the La Crosse area. There is a $5 entry fee. And La Crosse is preparing for another major celebration. That's right, Oktoberfest. And the new Mrs. O has been crowned ahead of this upcoming weekend. Sandra Cleary has been introduced as this year's La Crosse's Mrs. O, and she comes from a line of Oktoberfest royalty. Her grandfather and father were both festmasters years ago.
I just hope I can be as great as the other Mrs. O's. There's some amazing women that go before me.
La Crosse Oktoberfest celebrations kick off on Thursday. The fest grounds open at 4 p.m. that day. I was there last year for the first time ever. Had a blast. So good luck to all them and have a great time. Members of the Chaseburg community broke a sweat for the 17th annual American Cancer Society Soul Burner this weekend. Linda DeGarmo, the event's co-chair, says they had a goal to raise $120,000 yesterday, but they hit $127,000 just in the morning alone. The 1 mile walk event brought in people from across the state. It's a chance for the community to celebrate survivors and honor those who have been lost.
We have luminaries that line the path. They're in memory or in honor of folks that we've lost to cancer. And so you can walk along the path and remember and honor them.
DeGarmo hopes they will raise $150,000 overall. Really great work there. Coming up next here this morning, the Badgers were looking for a major upset in Columbus. We've got the highlights from yesterday's game. And now you're actually taking a live look over the Capitol. It's foggy, cloudy out there. Greg's back, tracking those rain chances potentially, maybe some cooler weather when we get back.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Warrens, Wisconsin.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
With employee pricing at Denver Mattress, you pay what we pay. Backed by popular demand, our employee discount is available to everyone for a limited time. Get 15% off any single Denver Mattress brand product when you spend $9.99 or more. And with our 365-night better sleep guarantee, you'll rest easy knowing you're getting the right mattress. Plus 4 years, no interest, and free shipping. Hurry! Employee pricing at Denver Mattress ends soon.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Joe Biden on Medicare for All.
It's going to raise taxes on middle-class people.
Medicare for All would double your income taxes, ban employer-provided and union health plans, and bankrupt Medicare for seniors. Mandela Barnes still supports Bernie Sanders' socialist takeover of your health care.
Medicare for All is the easiest way to get us to universal health care.
Mandela Barnes, more liberal than Joe Biden, way too liberal for Wisconsin.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, we're looking at the system that's really departing right now. You look at satellite, really the center of the low is now further to the east, but we're still getting this wraparound northwest flow. So that's providing cloud cover. We've still got the lower clouds still hanging around, but there's dry air to the west that's going to begin to work its way in there. And then there's one more wave just kind of coming in the picture into southern Manitoba. That'll generate the showers today. But overall, this northwest wind and drier conditions is what we're going to see more of as you zoom in. More cloud cover still persisting, but we are seeing breaks to get further west La Crosse. So that's going to be what we're going to see more today. Futurecast kind of shows that shower activity beginning to pop up here this afternoon. Morley east of the La Crosse area, more towards Madison. Further to the north, that's where the best shot is. Winds will pick up. And then tomorrow we're going to see more cloud cover in the afternoon, once again, just because of the heating of the day. But the winds will be the main story. Most of the precipitation will be further to the north as that system kind of keeps pushing to the east. And then Tuesday we might see another little weak wave come through. Once again, cloud cover. Just that'll be about the main story with that, but overall the winds will die down at least by Tuesday, and then we'll see things can improve. So overall, Futurecast, as you show, we got mid-50s right now. We're going to see temperatures move up into about the upper 60s, near 70 by La Crosse, because we do have some more sun, and the bulk of the cold air isn't quite here yet. Overall, then we're going to see showers develop. You can see those to the north. Maybe a thunderstorm could be in that, but most of the areas to the southwest will probably stay dry, which is cloud cover in the winds. And then tonight, overall, all the areas will start clearing out. Temperatures going back into the 40s for most locations, a little bit colder than we had previous night. Tomorrow, once again, the winds will be the main story. Cloud cover will persist in the afternoon, but we won't see any shower activity, with temperatures really just the mid-upper 50s, which will be much below average, where we should be about the mid-60s right now. Winds, you see today, gusting in the 30s out to the west of Minnesota. That'll spread east over the area, so our strongest winds will probably be tomorrow, but overall, both days will be fairly strong with the winds from the northwest. We'll see them tame down a little bit when we come Tuesday, but still breezy conditions. And then overall, we see with a pattern change, We're trying to get some of this bulk of this warmer air, this ridge to the east that should try to work its way in through the end of the week. We'll see how much actually gets here, but we should see moderated temperatures. So overall, as you see the 10-day, looking at La Crosse, we're seeing the temperatures dipping down to the mid-50s and then slowly improving. Same story goes for Madison area too, with frost maybe Tuesday morning. We'll keep an eye on that. And then we talked about Oktoberfest in La Crosse. It still looks actually nice. Doesn't look like rain chances, maybe near average temperatures, which are about mid to upper 60s. So
yeah, I mean,
it looks good so far.
A lot of people gathering outside. They need some nice weather, hopefully no rain. And
so far it looks good.
Good. All right, Greg. Thank you very much. Well, it's been 18 years since Wisconsin beat Ohio State in Columbus and 12 years since they beat them at all. The Badgers knew they were heading into a tough environment last night. The Buckeyes quickly made their presence known at home, scoring just 2 minutes into the game. OSU ends the first quarter with 3 touchdowns. Wisconsin tries to get back into this one. They get something going in the second. Graham Mertz lofting one up to Skylar Bell for a nice 26-yard gain. And a couple plays later, Mertz with the keeper. Badgers finally get on the board. Then the defense comes in clutch, picking off C.J. Stroud right before halftime. That's his first interception of the season. And even with some of those nice plays, hard for the Badgers to catch up. Wisconsin falls 52-21 in its Big Ten opener. They'll return home and face Illinois next week. After being ruled out this week because of a hamstring injury, the Packers have officially placed Sammy Watkins on injured reserve. But the team might be getting some help on offense today. Reports say that left tackle David Bakhtiari is expected to play. That's a big boost. So there's an update on the Pack's offense. But what about the defense going up against the one and only Tom Brady? Well, this season, he's thrown for over 400 yards, couple scores, and a pick, almost identical to Aaron Rodgers' stat line. But the Bucs offense as a whole, averaging 20 points a game and 300 yards a game as well. They've been a little shaky at times, but how will Green Bay's defense stack up against the Bucs?
We got a veteran group that's played together, and certainly we're going to have to mix some things up potentially, and because there's nothing that Tom hasn't seen. So we're going to have to do a great job. Everybody's going to have to own their responsibility and play within themselves and within the scheme.
Brady versus Rodgers could be the last time we see that. The Packers take on the Bucs in Tampa Bay. Kickoff set for 3:25. Well, hey, make News 3 now and News 8 now part of your weekly routine. Go find our apps on the App Store. Look for channel3000.com as well. And our weather app. All you have to do is search WISC Weather in your app store. And when we get back, racing the waves for a good cause. This is a really neat story. We'll tell you that when we get back.
With employee pricing at Denver Mattress, you pay what we pay. Get 15% off any single Denver Mattress brand product when you spend $9.99 or more. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Hurry! Employee pricing at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Monday, we're celebrating fall with pumpkins, hay rides, corn mazes, and more.
Josh Breider checks out 14 acres of nonstop fun right here in the 608.
And celebrating fall with yet another push of cooler air. We're talking temperatures from 4:30 to 7.
Would you look at that?
It's beautiful.
Wow.
That's our boy.
So bright.
Start your morning with a sausage biscuit or sausage McMuffin and pair it with a $1 any size Coke.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes. I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes. Certainly. You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
What's the matter, hon?
There's nothing to do.
You should check out Ho Chunk Game in Madison, home with a 95% average payout.
And with so many slot machines, there's a game for every kind of player.
They're right, honey. And with new promotions and reward club perks all the time, there are more ways to win than ever before. Find your fun and visit Ho Chunk Gaming Madison today.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Now, what is happening?
I'm gonna get you!
Stop chasing your sister!
Making things better is kind of your thing. It's hard to know how to make it better.
Maybe I can help.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need from a Medicare plan. Everything you expect from a good neighbor.
With employee pricing at Denver Mattress, you pay what we pay. Get 15% off any single Denver Mattress brand product when you spend $9.99 or more. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Hurry! Employee pricing at Denver Mattress ends soon.
As political ads bombard you with campaign promises and claims to capture your vote, News 3 Now gives you a reality check, clarifying the candidates' messages and finding the facts to help you make informed choices. Reality Check, Wednesdays on News 3 Now at 6.
News 3 Now Sports brings you the Badger Blueprint. Join us every week for an exclusive look at Wisconsin football. From the practice field to the locker room to game day previews and highlights. Badger Blueprint, Wednesdays only on News 3 Now at 10.
Finally this morning, hundreds of people came together yesterday for an event in the San Francisco Bay that made some waves in the fight against cancer. Max Darrow has the story.
On Saturday morning, all of these people braved the cold water in the bay to swim 1.5 miles for a good cause. They jumped in near Marina Green for the 17th annual Swim Across America San Francisco Open Water Swim. This year, the swimmers and volunteers helped raise more than $500,000 for cancer research, prevention, and treatment. Over the 17 years, Swim Across America San Francisco has now raised more than $6 million for cancer research at UCSF's Benioff Children's Hospitals.
I'm here with my whole laboratory scientific team.
Physician and scientist Julie Saba says the event truly helps make a difference with their research.
It's expensive and time-consuming, and we wouldn't be able to do it without the help of Swim Across America, so we're very, very grateful to be able to do the very enriching but difficult work that we do.
Some swimmers there to show strength for loved ones. Other swimmers were cancer survivors themselves. The group displaying collective strength and positivity.
We're all swimming for various reasons, but we're also swimming for Lydia and many other kids like her who are going through, who have gone through therapy.
An emotional and powerful event, making waves in the fight against cancer.
We all just want to express our gratitude to Swim Across America and to all of the swimmers, the volunteers, the Olympians, and the supporters, and the cancer survivors.
In San Francisco, Max Darrow, KPIX 5.
Always love stories like that, raising money for a good cause. And before we go this morning, Greg, how about one more check of the weather?
Really, it's going to be actually not too bad. More sun today for a lot of the areas, but still some showers. Right now, there's one wave coming through with most of the showers east and northeast of the Interstate 90. But then this afternoon, we'll see more of that shower activity develop further to the southwest, too. So overall, across, we're looking up to almost 70, more sun. Most of the showers will stay to the northeast of La Crosse, so they're looking good, clearer skies coming tonight. Madison, more or less clouds, but more or less showers potential this afternoon, but better shot once again north and east of La Crosse, Madison, mid-60s. And there you see cooler temps for both locations with the potential for frost as we go into Wednesday.
All right, thanks for waking up this morning. We'll see you back here next weekend.